that, let's head to Laikipia County, where climate change, politics and resource competition are colliding again in a deadly combination on Kenya's fertile Laikipia Plateau. According to the National Drought Management Authority, the persistent dry spell has left over 30,000 families in Laikipia County at risk of starvation, with children, women and the elderly most affected. Despite receiving minimal rains in the recent days, most rivers remain dried up and residents have to walk far in search of water. Stakeholders are now calling on board more partners and well-wishers in distributing food and other relief aid to the hunger-stricken areas in the county to not only mitigate the acute water shortage and drought, but also ensure that candidates who are yet to sit for their final exams are kept in school during the national exam period. Apollo James tells us more.
The ensuing drought in the Horn of Africa has put many people at great risk of serious malnutrition, starvation and death. With more than 31 counties affected so far, 75% of livestock death countrywide over the past 2 years can be attributed to a lack of water and adequate pasture. In Laikipia County alone, around 183,000 people have been affected by the drought, even after receiving minimum rains this year. As the dry spell predicted by the weatherman continues to sweep across the country, carcasses of livestock and scavengers feasting on the dead animals paint the extent of the effects of drought. The current drought is the most severe and longest, with widespread loss of livelihood and massive displacement of population that has left school-going children in more than 38 schools across Laikipia County bearing the brunt.
People around here are not farmers, they are pastoralists. The drought has taken away all their cattle. Therefore, it means they don't have food in which they can rely on. This one has not only affected their parents, but also affecting the children who are always very vulnerable. It has made it very hard for them to come to school and attend, and for them that do make to school, get it very hard to settle down in class since their bellies are empty.
Schools in drought-stricken areas like Segera Primary School in Laikipia North have now started receiving relief aid directly from the government and well-wishers to help keep children in school, especially candidates who are about to sit for the national exams.
Obviously that this is happening, we have this relief which is famine, but we also target skills, education, and water for life, where we do boreholes. We drill boreholes for the community where it will most impact the community. And for schools, we try and see how we can get members of the public to get a certain skill so that they can improve their life and earnings.
These learners, they come from very far. These learners, you can find a learner coming from like 10 kilometers, trekking to school, and this drought has really affected these learners.
Despite the dehydration and exhaustion caused from the scorching sun and trekking for long distances on unfriendly terrain, men, women and their children also turned up to receive their share of relief food, as this is their only hope of not sleeping hungry for the next few days. We are right here at Segera area in Laikipia North, Laikipia County, where residents are lining up to get relief food, and they're saying that this is the worst drought they've experienced in the last 40 years.
Kiangazi hata ile kibarua tulikuwa tunafanya tunakosa chakula, nayo tunakosa kwa manyumba. Saa zingine watoto wanalala siku 2 3, hata wanashindwa kwenda shule.
Hivi vile tumesaidiwa na msaada ya chakula, itatupeleka kama mwezi mmoja hivi, watoto wanunua chakula.
Hii hali inabidi tujikaze. Hatuna kazi, lakini tunajikaza tu kabisa.
The government is now urging Kenyans to come together for a common purpose of helping the neediest in the country.
We are here to request the other well-wishers to come and join hands in this exercise. And as we are aware, we are facing severe drought, but we are praying that soon is coming to an end. Let's be a praying nation, and God is going to provide us with sufficient food, and this drought is temporary and it's going to rain. and we shall have sufficient food in due time.
The ongoing drought countrywide is attributed to failed rain seasons over a long time, with the number of those in dire need of relief aid, especially school-going children, projected to increase countrywide to 4.5 million by December. Even as some areas across Laikipia County have started to experience small rains, stakeholders are calling for immediate interventions to curb malnutrition, especially among children below 6 years old and lactating mothers in arid and semi-arid areas. Apollo James, KTN News in Laikipia County.
Well, that story by Apollo James takes us to another break. When we come back, we'll be heading down to the coast and I'll be telling you about the elephantiasis disease that is ravaging that particular region. So stay with us.